こんにちは、J です。私のチャンネルようこそありがとうございます。登録してください。本当に Mrs. Green Apple が新曲をアップロードしたら、世界は止まって、私たちが聴けるようにすべきだ。Mrs. Green Apple 大好きだから。じゃあ、楽しもう。何の花ですか？すごく綺麗ですね。
もしも僕だけの世界ならば、そう誰かを恨むことなんて知らないで済んだのにどうして
Oh my gosh, Mrs. Green Apple by far is one of the greatest artists I've ever listened to. I kid you not. He makes sure that you feel every single word that he sings. He's a person that I feel like he's at a peace with himself. That his mentality, his personality, just his environment is surrounded by positivity, is surrounded by love. And if there's any negative energy, anything that is not good for him, he does not allow in his life. And I love that because you feel that through his music. But because things are going all well in his life, not perfect, but well in his life, you know, he experienced a lot of positivity. I feel like at the same time, he doesn't act like he hasn't experienced, you know, difficult moments, negativity, you know, stuff like this, which I love. Mrs. Green is crazy. Did y'all hear the run? That's insane. I gotta go back and listen to that again. Listen. 来てください。来てください。
もしも僕だけの世界ならば、そう誰かを恨むことなんて
Come on!
知らないで済んだのにどうしてもあなたのことが許せない夜はただ長い
Come on.
人は
Hey.
捨てきれない見苦しいねこの後に及んでな朝日に心動いてる
Mrs. Green Apple. Mrs. Green Apple again. His lyrics are so powerful. I read it, and the first time I read it, the meaning goes over my head. And then when I sit here and think about it, it comes back. And when I think about it, I'm like, wow, the way that he said that is so poetic. The way that he said that was in a way that if you understand, you understand. You know? And I love that about him. He says, my heart moves seeing the morning sun. Because he talked about at first, if I'm the only one in my life, you know, if I'm the only one in my world, and I hate it, and I hate someone, you feel me? He's like, what's the point? I can't forgive you, you know? But, like, we gotta be joyful to wake up and see the morning sun. That our heart is pumping. That our heart is moving. The song is about heaven. That is the title. And so he's just painting a picture of what his heaven is like. Or what heaven is to him. And so let's just be able to put ourselves into his shoes for a moment. If I hug you. Come on! Oh my gosh. Try not to cry. And the fact that he's just sitting there in a chair, just singing, pure vocals, is beautiful. Come on!
黒丸けなげな君がそのままでいてくれればどれほど
I can't stop talking about how much I love this song. I feel like I've listened to a lot of Mrs. Green Apple, and this song is very different than normally the type of music that he puts out. This is a lot slower. A lot of his songs bring high energy, whether it's a sad song, happy song, no matter what the emotion is. It's always hype, you know? He got the whole band, you know, you can really get into it. This right here, he just gave us a slow song. A song that is very powerful and meaningful, that if it had a lot of energy, we may miss the meaning of it, you know? Now, I want to know and ask y'all, he's talking about heaven. But I feel like, is he talking about him? Is he talking about a friend? Is he talking about someone? Because he's mentioning a lot about, you know, somebody specifically and them, you know, not really loving themselves, not really appreciating themselves. You feel me? Going through some sort of darkness, but trying to appreciate life at the same time. You know, he mentions just staying where you are. You feel me? While you're on this earth, just continue to grow. Just continue to be yourself. Just continue to love yourself. You know, he's talking about that, but is he talking about somebody else, or is he talking about him? I don't know. 知る由もないまたお花 Oh
を
my
摘ん
God.
で手と手を合わせてもうすぐそちらに行くからね心に打ち散らばいて香りはしてあの日のぬくもりを醜く愛してるどうすればいいただどうすればもう醜悪な汚染の一部ならどうすればいいそう忘れちゃえばいいそうだ家に帰ってキスしようどうすればいいをどうすればいい腐ってしまうこの身を
Wow! This is insane. By far, one of my top 5 songs of Mrs. Green Apple. I want to say number 1. I want to say based off of just it being a lot different than normally what he puts out. The way that he's still bringing in the rock and roll and still keeping kind of that energy, but making it slow. I don't think I've heard that a lot. You know, normally when you hear rock and roll, you thinking you're going to jam out to it. But this is very slow, very beautiful. You can really invest and take the time to be like still and understand and put your feet in his shoes during this moment. Now, what I'm trying to understand more, it's just this battle. It seems like this battle between self. But not just between self, but also in this world. You know, he mentioned the pollution. He showed, you know, the world, the changes it's going to, the ugliness of it as well. And it's almost like a person who is very peaceful, very loving, you know, very kind, very pure in this world that is not. And trying to find your place here. You know, while you're continuing to live, to love, to give hugs, and to not get tainted by anything. He said, even if the maggots come again, like in that day, he's like, I just want to appreciate the sun, the day, you know, the next moment, you know, and that is real. For people that have so much love and light in them, it's real when you look out into this world and you're dealing with this life and you're trying to live in it, but not be of it. I understand him 100%. I hate my hearing this. Even if maggots spring up. And he keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher and higher in range and in tone. Another thing about this is like, is he saying that? Because he says, song is named Heaven, right? In English, it's Heaven. And he says, I will be there soon. Is he just talking about the idea of like he feels like he might not be here longer? Because if so, I hope we go check on him, we go support him, we go love him, because he's a powerful, important person that should be here. And there's only one Mrs. Green Apple, and to not have Mrs. Green Apple here, do a one of one, we'll miss out on a lot of life without him and his crew. So I hope that's not what he is saying. At the same time, I love that he's bringing it up, because I'm sure a lot of people in this world had thoughts of just being there soon, And so, like, I love that he's not shying away from difficult concepts and difficult themes, But everything and every song with Mrs. Green Apple, no matter how sad it is, how deep it is, he always has light within a song. So he said, I'm going to pick up the flowers again. Like, no matter, despite all this that's going on, I'm going to still go out there in that flower field. And I'm going to pick up them flowers once again. I'm going to smell that day that I once really loved again. Alive. Come on, you still alive today. He's in heaven now. Maybe it was himself in heaven talking about himself on earth. Say, we'll meet once again someday. Actually, an insane ending. Like, it just stopped abruptly. But what I think it was is like, have y'all watched Horton Hears a Who? I feel like that flower was pretty much just the world that we live in, was all wrapped up in that one flower. Obviously, if in your heaven, you feel me, like the power that's up there, the creations up there is probably so crazy, so cool, that we're so small in the big scheme of things. We're such a small planet, you feel me? No matter how big it is to us, when it's to heaven, it's so small. So when he stepped on it, it was kind of ending that world, which is crazy. But I love it. I love just the concept, the meaning of it. It's very deep, it's very powerful. I love the melody, the style that he went with it. This is by far one of his best songs. I love that he kept upping the energy, upping the vocals, the range. Mrs. Green Apple, I need to see you live. Come on, man. Subscribe, continue to blow this up so I can do that. I love y'all. Come on.